Alright you guys, welcome back once again to the channel. So in this reaction today, I wanted to check out an animated short film that I have been saving for a while. So I just got the chance to take a little pause throughout my day and just do a little reaction for you guys. A little short reaction today since it's a Saturday. I know a lot of you guys are out depending on the weather on where you're at. Right here is a little gloomy, so I'm mostly indoors, but I'm doing a couple things on the side here. But before, of course, I continue doing that, I wanted to just check this short film out, okay? This one here is called Dreaming a Whole Life, okay? And it is by Tricifilo Studio. This one here, you guys, stood out to me a lot because of the title itself. It's an animated short film, so I'm really looking forward to checking out the art style, the animation, and all this. I really love that, so I want to take some time to check out some more animated short films. But this one here just stood out to me because I thought about a certain character that's trying to live a life that they can't, or because it says dreaming a whole life, so it tells me that like somebody is wanting to live a life that they can't live, or that's forbidden or something, or it's a character that's living a life through like a dream sequence. Okay, so as soon as I saw this title, I was thinking about those two things, and I was like, this could be a really interesting story, even though it's very short. But I am very, interested in checking it out. So, what we're gonna do is jump right into this. Of course, before I go on here, you guys can check out the link in the description down below if you want to watch the video yourselves on your own time, or you guys can, watch me check this out, and then I can give you guys my thoughts right after. Ad Astra.
6 in the morning. Have a nice day.
That sounds familiar. This is beautiful animation, man. Jesus, can you even see through that? It's messed up, man. Sensitive is spelled wrong. That's All right, you guys, there you have it. That is Dreaming a Whole Life. Okay, to just begin with, I just want to begin by saying this was a beautiful story. Very sad, very tragic, but heartfelt story of an individual that is clearly disfigured from his face, right? He has all this excess skin just hanging out, just hanging down from his face, and he just struggles to like make it work. He has to like shift it around, in order to see. And it's just sad because everywhere he goes, he's feared by children. He is rejected by women. He's made fun of and bullied by guy friends and even by other women. And it's very sad, man. I mean, I know this is just hand drawn, and beautifully hand drawn. Well done. I'll get to that in just a minute here, but I'm sticking to the story here. I know this is all just hand drawn, but it felt so real. It really felt like I was looking at a real person here going through this crisis, going through this struggle in his life, and just seeing like this film was really really short, but it was straight to the point. I was satisfied with the ending because it didn't even have to be a happy ending, due to his condition. It's something more, not negative, but more real. If you guys, I mean, it's rather than like a happy ending, like maybe a lot of viewers expected. I even expected one at some points, but you know what? Like towards the end, I was just like, this is probably his what is it? His destiny. He's gonna have to learn how to accept himself first before everybody else can accept him. But throughout the film here, you get a more sense of realism, right? This is reality. There's no happy, there's no negative. I mean, there is, but it's more real than anything else. And this guy just, he's trying to be accepted. He's trying to change his appearance. He's trying to, fix his face. He goes through all these, he goes through one procedure based off of like this commercial he saw with like this handsome man. He's cleanly shaved, and he's got this woman just, she's like can't get her hands off of him. She's kissing his cheek, and he's like, man, I want that. So he goes to his bathroom. He tries to stretch his skin and stitch it and do all these things, which I thought was genius. By the way, like him, like, attaching these threads or whatever to his fingers, making, controlling his facial movements and all that it was just incredible. I mean, that the writer just thought about this, the creators, the artists, that they thought about this. This was really well done. But obviously we come to know that this doesn't work. And in fact, he's still scaring women, even if he's trying to like throw, those attractive face gestures at them, like flirtatious gestures at them, and it's just not working. They're freaked out. And then, I think it's two women he tries to flirt with, but even though one's clearly on a date, but it's cool that he's trying to do this. I understand that he's trying to, feel attractive, but yeah, it doesn't work. And then we just see him walking out in the street and like undo the entire strings and all that he was tied up his face with, and he just goes back to who he was and back to bed and depressed, and it's the end of the story. I mean, I was just like, what else can this character do, besides accept himself how he is? I mean, we can go on and on saying like maybe he can, what is it, like accumulate some money, save some money up, go get a surgery, get that fixed, right? But the story needed to be what it was. I mean, it was just straight to the point. We didn't have to go through any of those extremes or like stretches in the story. No pun intended there. We didn't need to go that far. It was just all what it needed to be. And in the end, I felt like even though the guy was sad and he just went to bed and depressed, eventually he was just going to accept who he was, who he is, really. So guys, this was a really good story. This relates to a lot of us, even though, I mean, it's not like specifically we have that kind of problem, but it could be anything really. I mean, at the end, it just comes to us just accepting who we are. I mean, you don't just have to love who you are, period. You if you don't like who you are, you gotta better yourself. You gotta do new things, try new things, get out of your comfort zone, all these other things. If there's things that you cannot change, like in this case, this person, of course, maybe at some point, if he has enough money, he can get the surgery he needs and all of this, right? Just kind of making up the rest of the story here myself. But I'm just saying, for an alternative or like a conclusion or a solution, I mean, this character could do something like that, right? Whereas in our situation, we could look at the same thing. If we have like an insecurity of some sort, whether it be with height, obviously you can't fix that, but you can accept who you are and embrace who you are and just better yourself as you are. There's things that you can change from yourself, that you can better yourself. Maybe you have an addiction you need to let go. Maybe you have maybe you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to gain weight. Just like things like this, you can work on yourself. But there's things, of course, that are how they are. And I think that's what the story was trying to tell us. That there are things that they're just the way they are. And we have to learn how to live with that and accept that, or else we will just not be happy if we, if we, what do you call it? Depend on other people. You know what I mean? To be happy, we have to start with ourselves first. So I know this story ended up with just like him just going to bed and being sad and that's it. But I hope in another way too, the creators here, the artists and all of that, like they were showing us that this man is just the way he is, and has to basically just accept how he is, And then so that's kind of like the message I got out of this, man. But either way, this was really, really sad. I mean, it was just tragic that this man had to go through what he had to go through, or what he went through. And I just, people like that are out there. I mean, I hope that they know that they are loved by other people, that they're cared for. But of course, nothing matters outside or around them as long as they don't accept themselves. Or if they don't accept themselves, if they don't appreciate themselves, then nothing else matters around them. It doesn't matter if people love you or they don't like you. It just depends on what one thinks of him or herself. You know what I mean? So hopefully this character here can inspire us all. With whatever it is we're facing, we can learn to either accept it if we cannot change it, and work with that and do the best we can with that. Or if we can change it, like some examples I mentioned earlier, like gaining, losing weight, letting go of an addiction, like developing better habits and things like that. Like we can change those things. The artist did an incredible job on the art. I mean, it was just so, the movements were very realistic. They were convincing. Even though they were like swaying, very cartoonish, but I still liked because I liked it because it would fit with the art style, it would go with the animation and just the sound effects of everything. I mean, just even like down to like the, page flipping of the book and the way he tosses the book when he gets back to his apartment. I mean, it's just all of these little details that these creators paid attention to. I really, really appreciate it. And the art was just good. I can't believe this was made back in 2010. This was a long time ago, this was already a while ago. So I would encourage you guys to check this out, or let others around you guys to check this out. Let them know to head to Tricifilo Studios channel and subscribe to their channel and support them, because this is really good work. And I can't believe I really just found out about this. I mean, this was really good film. I wish there was a part 2, because it really felt like I was satisfied with what I saw here, But if a part 2 is not a bad idea, because we can continue to give this character a solution. Because even though the end was very abrupt, like he just kind of went to bed, and I thought it was like gonna be from night to day, transitioning to the next morning, but it just ends right there. So my assumption here was like, this character is just the way he is. He's gonna accept himself, and that's it. But I wish we would have seen that. So maybe if a part 2 would be a good idea, to see the rest of this character's life and how he ends up, I don't know, like just accepting himself the way he is, or finding an alternative, finding a solution for his condition. And there was not even any dialogue in this, but we don't even need it, because the acting, the, body language said it all, right? We understood everything that was happening without even needing dialogue. So really, really great job. And I just want to see a part 2 on this, or, more short stories. I mean, this is good. This was neither horror. This was neither comedic, but it was more of a kind of like a real life story, to a degree, and very relatable to a lot of us, when it comes to being accepted or being rejected, and, insecurity issues. So thank you guys so much for watching this. This is all I got to share with you guys. And I will see you all on the next reaction. Thank you guys for watching with me. I hope you really enjoyed yourselves, because I did enjoy myself with this one. Really, really good story, beautiful story. And and I hope to see some more of these in the future. All right, you guys, take care.